Yes, we can start now.
Perfect. Let's go. Hello and a very good evening to everyone present here. I hope everyone is doing well, sitting at their homes and quarantining well. And those of you who are going out, just make sure you're taking all the precautions, please. It's a difficult time. So, our team welcomes you all to Talks and Tunes, the very first international event of Spandan organized by the BJMC Department of Vivekananda Institute of Professional Studies. Okay, so for those of you who are very well acquainted with what Spandan is, they're pretty much sure that it's compared to being the Tomorrowland of our college. Yes, I am talking about Spandan. And for those of you who are new to this term, Spandan, I'll just explain it a little for you. So Spandan is basically an annual media fest of BJMC department of our college. That is Mass Communication and Journalism department. This year, like you all know, a sudden change in so many things, everything had to be shifted to an online platform. It was a task. Trust me, it was a big task. All of this transition happening from a live platform to an online platform. But somehow or the other, we just didn't let it some way doom our souls and doom our spirits. And yes, we're making it happen online for you. It was a task. So to grace the occasion, we have some very special guests with us today. First, I'll start introducing Mr. Siddharth Mishra, sir, the chairperson of VSJMC and VSIT. Yes, sir. Namaste. So I'll just start by saying, so for those of you who are thinking that how is this even happening to an online platform? I mean, Saloni, like how do you expect a fest to be happening online? But I will tell that particular person to just go and meet Mr. Siddharth Mishra, sir, because he is the only person who legit made us believe that this show can be happening. So please, some applause and some smiles for him right now, everyone. Thank you, sir, for at least making us believe, because it was a very difficult situation and thought that we all were into. Because we were it was our final year. B, we were excited that something grand will happen, but unfortunately, pandemic happened. So yes, thank you so much for that. Coming on to our D, I now welcome Professor Dr. Charulata Singh, Dean of VSJMC WIPS. Thank you, ma'am, for always providing us your immense support and guidance throughout. All those long WhatsApp messages just a day before our event, that's exactly you. And that's the exact kind of motivation that we need one day before our event from our beloved mentors and teachers like you. Thank you, ma'am. I offer you my grateful welcome. Okay. Coming on to the show. My name is Saloni, and I'm going to be your host for some few hours while we are in conversation with Mr. Timothy Bash from the Sudden Time Band. He's right there with a smiling face on his earphones and waving us all the way from Canada. Yes, and along with that, we've got NADIA Hi with us. Hello, NADIA. How are you today? Okay. Moving ahead. We've got loads of insightful sessions, conversations, and the most fabulous live music performances lined up for you. So don't go anywhere in between. Close all of your computer tabs that you are I know you all are multitasking somewhere or the other. So please close it off, because this show, 1.5 hours devoted to us, because I'm pretty sure you're going to learn a lot today with us. So I'll start by introducing the motive of this event. What is actually Talks and Tunes? What was the thought behind it when we as a team thought of introducing it to Spandan 2020? With this event, we aim to educate our youth on HIV awareness with the help of a Canadian production company, band, and a foundation called Southern Time. That's not it. The final day event of Day 2 Spandan has got it all covered for you. We have the most talented set of people all the way from Canada connecting with us across 7 seas. So basically, this event is targeting people, who have great taste in music, be it rock, be it jazz, be it rap, anything like that, basically great taste in music. And they are a fan of conversations that really make them learn. So guess what? That's exactly what we're up to today. Also, guys, we're open for questions. If you want to ask anything related to music or any of the talks or conversations that we're going to be having, just keep a tab on the chat section. Someone will guide you throughout on the chat section, so just keep a tab on that. Right. So I think, Naman, it's time that we finally show our guests the promo video of our event. And let's just show them what they've signed up for.
What's happening to me? This is the world. And I am a god. This motion is a fraud. I won't die.
So I'll take a long walk home, ride a train, but everyone's alone. Wake me up from this twilight zone, so I can be free. Am I being real or just pretending? My fears and doubts is there and then wake up the roller just to sleeping, 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 sleeping.
Cause all of me loves all of you, all your curves and all your edges, all your perfect imperfections. Give your all to me, I'll give my all to you. You're my end and my beginning, even when I lose or win, cause I give you all of me, and you give me all of you. Oh, cause I give you all of me, and you give me all of you. Oh.
Naman, I hope the audience is still with me and they're not, their eyes are still open. I know the song is very soothing. So yes, this is exactly what you have signed up for. Let me just quickly introduce our special guest. To begin with, we have Mr. Timothy Pash from the Southern Time Band. He is the CEO of Southern Time Productions, music and film social innovator company based in Toronto. So basically, the Southern Time Band's mission is to encourage HIV prevention and testing. They decrease the HIV stigma and the criminalization. Demand improved treatment for all of the people who are living with HIV. It will also press for a functional cure for everyone who is HIV positive. Part of the proceeds from all that Southern Time Productions will make, they will eventually go to Southern Time Foundation, which will fund the HIV AIDS reduction programs all over the world. Whereas Southern Time Band is a 21st century social classical rock opera music band. So for those of you who are really, thinking to themselves in their minds that what is rock opera, don't worry. We're going to have a nice conversation with Mr. Timothy on that, and all of your doubts will be clear. They recently launched their latest album on 7th of July 2020, Lost in Love No More. I was lucky enough to experience the album launch online. So introducing living legend with HIV since 1999. He is a fighter, a survivor, and most importantly, an amazing music artist. With all due respect, sir, in fact, we all are so lucky to have you on board with us. Thank you for being here.
Thank you, Saloni. Namaste, India. To kase hai ab log मैं आज बहुत खुश हूं कि मुझे इंडिया जैसे देश में आके अपना परफॉर्मेंस करने का मौका मिल रहा है.
That was, guys, people.
बहुत धन्यवाद.
Good round of applause. I mean.
Sorry for my broken Hindi.
Not at all. Mr. Tim, that was amazing. Thank you. Everyone is probably right now impressed. I don't know what your music performance is going to do them now. Next we have is an enthralling voice, an incredible independent musician, a filmmaker following the stepping stones of success. I introduce you all with Miss NADIA Hai. Her music is a unique blend of folk, blues, jazz, and soul. She uses a very interesting blend of chords to strum up hook-filled melodies, driven by powerfully unique rhythms. So many of her songs, they have messages, and messages that deal with self-identity, healing, searching for the true authentic self, love, and empowerment. All of that in the face of transformation and adversity. Coming on to where all she has been performing since all these years. She has performed for audiences at Harlem Music Festival, Harlem, New York, Winter Folk and Blues Festivals, Toronto, Canada, Urban Folk Salon, Toronto, Canada, Harlem Farmers Market, Free Candy, Brooklyn, New York, NAMA, Bitteran, New York, Fuse, Black Speculative Arts Movement Festival of Toronto. So I know the list goes on and on. NADIA has facilitated songwriting workshops for Girls Rock Camp, and she has been featured at private artist salons throughout Toronto, Montreal, Los Angeles, and New York. She's out with her third single, Stepping Out, and working for many more to come. Wait for her solo performance music. In the end, I assure you all are going to have the best time. Hello, NADIA. How are you today?
I got it. Yes. Namaste. Namaste. Greetings from Toronto. I'm fine. Thank you, Saloni. Thank you for having me. Thank you, everyone, for having me. I hope everyone's doing well on the other side of the pond. And I just want to say greetings from Toronto, and I'm looking forward very much for performing and sharing with you today.
That's good to know. Thank you so much, NADIA, for being here with us. Next, we have Justin Anantavan, a prestigious member of Southern Time Band. So before you all go all on your screen searching for where is Justin, please bear with us today because he has been traveling in and out to Kenya. He's not in Canada right now, so he's not with us here live today. But we've got his performance video and performance all covered up for you, everyone. So don't worry about that. And he has been sending us apologies and extremely unable to when he realized that he's unable to attend this session. So let me introduce Justin. As a person living with HIV, Justin participates as an HIV activist, working as an HIV outreach worker and counselor in Kenya, and volunteering at the PWA, People with AIDS Foundation in Toronto. He is very active in the community, and he has been bringing awareness to issues that are affecting PHAs like HIV stigma, criminalization. He is an ambassador for the Canadian Foundation for AIDS Research and appeared in 2019 Much Studio documentary also that was positive. It illuminates the lives of queer and trans millennials living with HIV. That's not it. He is an avid photographer also. He regularly creates photo stories about the LGBTQ and post-Fox, which are regularly published in Where Love is Illegal. So that was what Justin is and what he has been. So just wait for his performance in the end. Now, I would really request Mr. Chairperson Sir Siddharth Sir and Dean Ma'am, Charulata Ma'am, to please present their welcome notes to our honorable guests for today.
That's the honor of the Dean. She will be doing the welcome.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Saloni. And first of all, I would like to congratulate the team for organizing this program, the Talks and Tunes. And I welcome Southern Time Band, Justice Anton Timothy Barge, Nadia High at WIPS Spandan 2020. I also welcome Professor Siddharth Mishra, Dr. Parveen Singh and Dr. Sunil Mishra who are here, and all the faculty members and all the students. I really appreciate the cause with which Southern Time Band is associated, and that is for awareness about HIV. The World's AIDS Day has just gone by on 1st December, and that is also the first ever Global Health Day which is observed throughout the world. And the theme of World AIDS Day 2020 is global solidarity and shared responsibility. And that is probably what we are doing here. We are standing with the cause, and we are sharing the cause of awareness about HIV, and therefore it is so important because it is interlinked with also with the human rights and with the gender equality and the overall public health. So I really salute the band for the cause with which it stands. And a hearty welcome to all of you from Vivekananda Institute of Professional Studies, which we call WIPS. So धन्यवाद हमारे साथ आने के लिए. हम आपका बहुत बहुत तहे दिल से स्वागत करते हैं अपने इस इंस्टीट्यूट में. धन्यवाद and rock on.
Thank you so much, Charu.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you, Timothy, Nadia, Justin. Welcome to WIPS, welcome to India, welcome to New Delhi. As Saloni said, that this is happening because, she has given me a lot of credit for this happening. But the roots for this happening today goes back about 20 years. 20 years back, I had traveled, I was selected by UNAID to travel to Uganda, where I spent 15 days studying the whole scenario of HIV, AIDS, and how it all began. And the 15 days that I spent there with the organizations working there, with the issues working there, I came back a totally changed man, and I came back a totally changed man. In fact, before going there, I was one who believed in discrimination, discriminating against the positive people. But when I came back, I must confess to you, it was such a learning experience for me that when I came back, I was the one who was making a case against discrimination. Oh, wow. And I, the people of the Indian audience here would know, we had a very, very fantastic chief minister in Delhi then, Sheila Dikshit. And, I would meet her often, and then she asked me, what were you doing in Uganda out of all places? Uganda is known only for Idi Amin. So I said, Idi Amin has been long dead and gone, but I've gone there for HIV/AIDS study. And then she asked me, what have you learned? I said, ma'am, there is important that we make the robust and the healthy people of your city know what HIV/AIDS is and what precautions are to be taken. And she said, how can that be done? I said, that can be done by positioning a condom vending machine in your secretariat. So when you go to Delhi Secretariat, I've not been there recently, but in her time, as we entered Delhi Secretariat, there were a few vending machines. There was a chocolate vending machine, there was a soft drink vending machine, and there was also a condom vending machine. which conveyed the message that what precautions are to be taken. This I was also able to carry to the then Chief Minister of Uttarakhand, a gentleman called Ramesh Pokhriyal Nishank, who is India's education minister today. And when I mentioned to him, that's a very conservative state, you know, and when I mentioned to him this, and he was also the health minister. And then we had a man there called Krishnan, who was the top bureaucrat looking into, he later became health secretary of Government of India. And he was pretty convinced about this. And I think it was in 2008 or 9 that we did our AIDS Day celebration there with the inauguration of that vending machine there. Now you will find this very, very, you will find this again very, very, amazing, especially the people who are here on the screen from my part of the country. I even took this to Lalu Prasad Yadav, whose family was ruling Bihar then. And, and I told him there is need to educate. And I'll tell you why was there need to educate people. Bihar is one state from where a lot of migrant laborers come. They go all over the country. And then come back. And in their ignorance, they leave their wives infected and then go away. And most of them die. So we initiated a study then, and we called it, the study was titled, it was grass widows. Grass widows, as in the widows who were left behind by these infected people.
Okay.
And even the dead was ignorant. Even the poor woman here was ignorant about it. Even the children were ignorant about it. So though the state said that, we don't have any AIDS cases, the fact of the matter was that there were a lot of AIDS cases which were actually existing in that state. And in the team that which went there, incidentally, there was a bureaucrat from that state also. In India, we have an AIDS control society in every state, every province. And this man here, he actually went downwards. And what we went into was called awareness program, and we involved the local sarpanch, mukhia, the village headman and all that. And we were able to do a lot of work. But personally for me, ever since that I got associated with that study program, this issue became pretty close to my heart. And as soon as, in the first presentation that Saloni was making, Western music, yes, my children like it a lot. I am not very sure if I like it much, but when Saloni told me that it's about AIDS, standing with the AIDS infected, with the HIV positive people, I said, we must have it. We must have it. And so that's how you are here. Thank you so much for being here with us today and looking forward to.
Thank you, Siddharth. Glad to be here.
Don't worry, we have Miss Nadia and Mr. Tim to cover up for all the music things that you're still doubtful about. So don't worry about it. So Miss Nadia and Mr. Tim, this is your very first online event in India. So that you being associated with an institution like ours, that is WIPS. So of course, there has to be a little special something from our side as a gift of token to you. So here we are showcasing the extremely talented bunch of musicians and singers from our college, the team Antarakshar. So I am probably sure that you're, clueless about what does it mean. I'll just start by explaining a little bit of it. To go deep into its meaning, it implies a word obscure enough to not be found within a dictionary, and yet so expressive all the same that it truly describes us and what we stand for amidst the realm of music. जैसे संगीत की अहमियत उसका अंतरा चंद अक्षरों से जुड़कर बनाता है, जैसे संगीत की अहमियत उसका अंतरा चंद अक्षरों से जुड़कर बनाता है, वैसे ही हम भी आपस में जुड़कर ऐसा संगीत रचने आए हैं जो संसार के हर व्यक्ति की आत्मा के साथ. Okay, Mr. Tim, how are we here? What did you get it?
What's that?
Did you get something of it?
Yes, kinda. It's a word that is not found in the dictionary.
Yes. I know. I know you're pretty clueless about the Hindi lines that I spoke, so I'll just translate it for you both. So basically,
I think Saloni, he would understand Hindi.
Yes,
no, not quite yet. It's on my bucket list. I want to see India one day. That's
Don't worry, we got it all covered. We got it all covered for you. All right, so let me just translate it for you.
right.
It is just as the importance of music makes it interconnected with a very few letters. Similarly, we all have also come together to create music that resonates with the soul of every person in the world. This is what Antarakshar means. It's
Oh,
not
okay.
just the juxtaposition of individuals, it's actually a bonding and a formation based on music. A perfect platform for like-minded musicians that desire a space to create music in their own ways. So this was a little something about our music team. Now we have a special surprise performance. I would request Naman to please play it for us.
Is this the real life? Is this just fantasy? Caught in a landslide, no escape from reality. Open your eyes, look up to the skies and see. I'm just a poor boy, I need no sympathy. Because I'm easy come, easy go, little high, little low. Anywhere the wind blows doesn't really matter to me. To me. Mama just killed a man, put a gun against his head, pulled my trigger, now he's dead. Mama, life had just begun, but now I've gone and thrown it all away. Mama, didn't mean to make you cry. If I'm not back again this time tomorrow, carry on, as if nothing really matters. Too late, my time is gone. Send shivers down my spine, body's aching all the time. Goodbye, everybody, I've got to go. Gotta leave you all behind and face the truth. Mama, I don't wanna die. I sometimes wish I'd never been born at I see a little silhouette of a man. Scaramouche, will you do the fandango? Thunderbolts and lightning, very, very frightening me. Galileo, 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 Magnifico. I'm just a poor boy, nobody loves me. He's just a poor boy from a poor family, sparing his life from this monstrosity. Easy come, easy go, will you let me go? Bismillah. No, we will not let you go. Let him go. Bismillah. We will not let you go. Let him go. Bismillah. We will not let you go. Let me go. Let not let you go. Let me go. Let not let you go. Let me go. No, 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 no. Oh, mamma mia, mamma mia. Mamma mia, let me go. Beelzebub has a devil put aside for me. For me, for me.
Wow, amazing, guys. That is, oh my God.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Yeah, and what a tribute indeed. Yeah, Freddie Mercury is one of my greatest influences. What an amazing talent. Unbelievable.
Thank you. So this is all the talented bunch of students at our college. And it would be very wrong to not portray this talent in front of you guys. Who better than you guys? So
that is amazing tribute. Yeah. It's Freddie would be proud.
So from Team Antaraksha, Mr. Timothy and Miss Nadia, we have the presidents with us. If you have any feedback for them, if you want to just tell them about how you like the performance, you can just go ahead. We have Ananya and we have Prajal. Right there.
Yeah, no, it's great. Just, yeah, you guys are really doing really well. Just keep on your musical journey, and you always can dive deeper and become a better musician. It never stops until the day you die. You always can become better, but you guys are on a great journey, and you're doing really well already. So keep it up.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Yes, I really enjoyed that very, very much. I love Freddie Mercury. I love Bohemian Rhapsody, and I love the way it was put together. You put together so many people. That's amazing. I'm like, oh, look at this. Really well put together, and
you did a tribute to the original video too. That was
absolutely.
Yeah, we tried our best.
Yeah.
Wow, that's great. Yeah, very nice.
Oh, thank you, Prajal and Nanya. All the credit to you and all the entire team of Antaraksha. They're just making us so proud. Keep going up like this. And also, guys, it's a music concert. It's a music event. I don't want people to sit at their screens and like what we've been doing since morning 10 a.m. Let's just loosen up. We can just groove. We can move our heads a little bit. With Karsh, you can use your headphones in that way. So that's just you can just get into the groove a little. So because let's keep the live and the vibe alive, right? All right. Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, Prajal and Ananya. Let's take
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Now forward. So we have a small question answer round, Mr. Tim and Miss Nadia. Let's just quickly begin with that, right? So we're beginning with Mr. Tim. So first of all, Mr. Tim, I would really love to ask you, what kind of explanation would you give to explain a genre of music such that of like rock opera? It's a very new term for us. So please.
Okay. Well, Bohemian Rhapsody is a great example of rock opera style. It makes it. Queen was very much. Freddie Mercury was very much into opera. He had a great opera singer. He did a tribute in the late 80s with Spanish famous opera singer, and of course Queen did rock music. So their music was a combination of rock and classical opera. And it has elements in it, and that's what I really like, because I was trained classically in the piano and cello until I was 20, when I found out I was HIV positive, and that ended my classical music career. I was studying in Germany at the time, and I came back to Canada. I was like, what do I do now with my life? I'm HIV positive. And this was in 1996. HIV was still a death sentence at that time. The life-saving medications that were to be just came out that year. They didn't know how effective they would be. And so it's like, what do I do with my life now? It was like my dream I'd been working on since I was 5 years old, to become a classical musician, was over. And so I had this music. I wasn't trained for anything else. I watched a documentary on John Lennon, and I thought, well, and Bob Marley, and I thought, oh wow, music can be used to change the world, right? And it can influence social change, positive social change. And so that's what set me on my journey. I started writing songs as I turned 21. I wrote my first song, Southern Time, which means time for the global South, because I realized though I lived in Canada, so-called first world country, I now identified more with people in the developing world, which, like I found out that 60% of the world's population lives on less than $2 a day. And it's like, that's, and it just hit me. It's like, I identify more with these people than I do people who live in the privileged West. And so that's, I say this, our world is so inequitable. And so that became my new passion and my new mission in life. Whatever time I had left was to make a difference with the story of how I acquired HIV, which is very interesting, and the music, my music talents. So, anyways, back to your original question: what is rock opera? Yeah, there's it's the operatic tradition, Western tradition, married to rock. So it can take many different forms. Pink Floyd did the famous movie called The Wall, and also The Who, the famous band, The Who, American band, did their rock opera called Tommy, musical movie, and Andrew Lloyd Webber did Jesus Christ Superstar, and there's a whole bunch of different ones. Hedwig and the Angry Inch came out in the 90s. So that's what I want. Because my music is very different. It's not traditional rock, and it's different. It's not traditional classical. It's something in between. So it's been a hard journey since I was 20. I'm now 44, but the passion lives on. I still have that same mission I discovered when I was 20.
Absolutely. I'll just mark the last line that you said. The passion really lives on. I mean, that is what just keeps us going on and on. That's so good to know, man. That's really good to know, Mr. Tim. So, what are some of the learning lessons that you would like our youth to know? When it comes to HIV awareness, what are the do's and don'ts that our youth in general should be very well aware of?
Just be honest with, demand honesty from the relationships, people that you're with. Like I was infected. Condoms are effective, but they're not completely effective. Like the way I acquired HIV was from my cello professor, who's 26 years older than me. I don't identify as gay, but when I was 18 when I went to study with him, and became a power dynamic. I realized, my God, I'm not going to get to Germany unless he gives me extra lessons. So I knew he was gay, and I knew that he was attracted to me. And so I thought I'd give him something in exchange. He would give me extra lessons, and that's the wrong thing to do. Just be wise. Don't just because somebody's in a position of authority, don't necessarily, realize they're human too. And people make mistakes all of their lives. Eventually, the professor and I reconciled before he died in 2018. But, for many years, I hated him, and that hate nearly killed me in 2009. There's many. And if you do get HIV for whatever reason, there are in the West, that's why there's, again, inequity. That's the problem with our world. In Canada, we have free healthcare. You get top medications, latest medications that have no side effects. And you can get if you get your viral load down to undetectable levels, then you can have a normal life. I now have a wife. I have a baby. You can't infect other people if you have an undetectable viral load. So even if you get HIV, it's not the end of the world these days. I know somebody in eastern India, just east of Bangladesh. I forget the name of the state. Who has does not have the same access to the latest treatments that I do here, and she has a lot of side effects, and it's been a very tough go for her. So that's what the Southern Time Foundation and UNAIDS agenda to end AIDS by 2030 is all about. Like making it equitable for everybody in the world to get equal access to HIV treatment, because HIV can be handled now if governments and corporations are held accountable. And also decreasing HIV stigma. Because I don't know what is the situation in India, but many places, especially sub-Saharan Africa, even if people do have access to medications, often they don't take them or they don't go get tested. They don't go to the clinic because they don't want to be seen to be HIV positive because there's such discrimination. So that doesn't exist so much in Canada. With our Indigenous population, it does to a certain extent, but and that's a whole other issue. But many places in the world, HIV stigma is still a big barrier to ending AIDS.
Right, sir, right. Absolutely. I mean, in India right now, the situation is that, yes, we are evolving. The mindset is opening bits and pieces, but not at like this entire initiative is one of the little portions of the process that we're trying to develop. So thank you for that. Thank you for being so honest with your entire life history with us. Like,
no
so
worries.
honest. So honest. Thank you so much, sir.
That's the only thing that saved me. It's right from when after and it's not true for most HIV positive people. For me, that was my saving thing, was because of the way I acquired HIV. Just being open and honest about it from the beginning has really kept me alive, kept me going.
Right, that's really good to know. Thank you, sir. So last question would be, what are your upcoming plans for Southern Time Band and Southern Time production? What are you planning? What's cooking? Just let us know.
Well, in 2005, in 2004, I started putting my music to. I realized that it would be best told in a rock opera form, in musical form. So I started writing a script for a stage production, and I was able to produce that in Vancouver, Canada, for 7-night run of shows. And it turned out, it amazed myself. But it was originally intended to be on the big screen, cinematic. And so after I nearly died from AIDS in 2009, in 2012, I started writing the screenplays for my what I called back then Southern Time, my story, how I acquired HIV, what living with it's been like with HIV has been like for me. But now that I nearly died from AIDS, I had more story to tell. So it became a tetralogy, like a 3-part movie, and then it became a 4-part movie, a trilogy, then a tetralogy. And then since everything's streaming nowadays, and I watch Netflix, and what moves me the most, has the greatest impact on me, are series, like multiple seasons. And so it's like, and the whole point of my story from the beginning was to make a positive social impact through my music and message. And so that's what we're doing now. We're trying to find funding to produce. It's now called the Dreamer series, because the main character is called Dreamer. That's based on me. And we're trying to get it produced. Hopefully we can start pre-production at the beginning of 2021 and ideally have the first season out on a major platform such as Netflix by December of 2021. And the series would distribute over the 2020s, remainder of the 2020s. And when every season begins to distribute, we'd like to do a world tour, either virtual or in person, ideally, with a Southern Time Band to advocate with our message to help end AIDS by 2030. So we're tying power of art with a positive social mission.
That's really good to know, Mr. Tim. I mean, this is exactly what a true artist makes use of his art. I mean, putting your entire life history and experiences into a proper piece of artwork. And that's what we do. I mean, that's so good that this entire initiative, making a movie and a series on your entire lifetime, and be so open and opening your heart in front of the world, that requires courage, I must say. So all the very best for that, Mr. Tim.
Thank you so much.
We all wish you all the very best for Southern Time and its upcoming initiatives. Thank you so much. And so people, if anyone has any questions, you can just put it in the chat box. We'll just make them answer your questions. Okay, so moving on. Now we have Miss Nadia. Hello, Miss Nadia. As far as I am a very, very big fan of your musical artworks, I couldn't stop freestyling when I first heard that song called Armchair. I really, yes, I really feel obligated to let my audience know you in that similar manner. So would you like to share with us your journey as a music artist, the day when you finally realized this is exactly the sort of thing that you want to do in life?
Actually, that's kind of ironic because I started off in film, videography and film. I mean, I did music as a child and up to a teenager. And then after my mom passed away, I went into film and videography. And my early films had to do with HIV and AIDS. 2 films that I did called Damaged Goods. That was exploring HIV and AIDS in Los Angeles among heterosexual populations and couples, as well as seroopposite couples in LA. And so I had done that, and then coming home, fighting AIDS with culture, where I delved into how traditional culture can be a way to stimulate the tide and prevent, HIV transmission. And that was very controversial at the time, how culture was a way to do that, traditional culture in Trinidad and Tobago, dealing with the Orisha culture, the Rastafari culture, the Hindu culture, the Islam culture in Trinidad and Tobago. And so I did that. So film was a big part of what I was doing for many, many years until returning to music. My children's father, Rocky High, is also a musician. I met him, an amazing singer-songwriter. That's what inspired me to get back into music again. A lot of, at the time, in terms of my own growth and evolution, had to do with what people call today, there's so many terms, identity politics. This is a word that's being used. I just call it self-awareness and consciousness. As a Black woman in the diaspora, that's always been a passion of mine, culture and identity within that culture. So every time I pick up the guitar, because I was evolving in that, and we all have passions. We talk about passion all the time. That was my passion, race, as it relates to culture, as it relates to being a woman and politics. So a lot of my early songs, whenever I would pick the guitar up and start playing, in terms of inspiration, those are the ideas that will come through me, hence resulting in the songs and the body of songs that I have. In terms of, for example, Armchair Revolution, that was written in, I was in the Bronx, New York. I was living in New York for a bit. And his name was Eric Garner. He was murdered by the police on Long Island. I don't know how much that whole story, you got that story in India. He was murdered by police. They strangled him. And we saw this being captured live on camera, as we are seeing a lot now here in America, the United States. I've been in Canada too, where police brutality, especially against African American men and women and now children, it's a huge, huge issue. And hence that resonates with me, as I said. They call it identity politics, race as it pertains to culture and just living, trying to breathe. A lot of that was infused in my music, hence Armchair Revolution, that was written after witnessing the murder of Eric Garner, that particular song. I'm going to play that song for you today. So in terms of my journey in music, genres, people ask me, what's your genre? Well, I too, I was raised Catholic, and so I have that folk thing. I played in the Catholic Church. So I guess a little bit of folk, a little bit of R&B, a little bit of soul, a little bit, it's a mixture. I don't put a genre or a box. When we talk about race, culture, politics, oftentimes Black artists are put into a box. Well, what do? You sound this way or you sound that way. I'm me. Whatever is manifested through me and comes through me in terms of messages, I use my guitar as the tool, my voice as the tool to help bring those messages forward. So that's pretty much my journey. Music. Right now, I am finishing up a single called Breathe. That was something, again, written many years ago, inspired to finish it now. And it's ironic that it's called Breathe, and that will be part of an album entitled Race Music to be released next year. So like Tim was saying, it's, your passions, it comes through you. You happen to be a musician, you whatever you're passionate about comes through the music. That's for me. I see myself more, not a vocalist, not only a musician, more people that say more of a messenger, using music, using the guitar, using my voice. So that's pretty much how I can explain, my musical, stance being an experience.
That's really good, Miss Nadia. I mean, representing your community, speaking up for things that we all should, and using our art as a medium to deliver that messages. That's so good. I mean, that's amazing. Please keep at it. We're really happy to know all of that. So I think I was about to ask you about your journey as a filmmaker, but you mentioned it already because we introduced you first as a musician, and yes. But all right, you've explained it us too already. So I would ask any piece of advice for the musicians, the young musicians out there, because I think making a career out of something in a line like music, dancing, staging, acting, there are fields and they require n number of struggles and double and triple the amount of, because it needs recognition, it needs originality, it needs money, of course, support from your family and friends, and then when you go out there and when you see your music, the song is not being, it's not getting money, and that's the kind of stress that we as artists we go through. So what piece of advice would you like to give to all the artists out there who are watching your show?
Absolutely. We use the word artists, then we have the word entertainers, then we have the word entertainment and entertainment industry, all of these things. But it's really, I think, I teach I have a 12-year-old and 15-year-old, and a mom too. And I've always taught them, listen to what you think. What is your purpose here? What is our purpose here? Some people connect with it very early. Some people later in life. There is no time clock. You're in your own clock. You're on your own journey. You share journeys with everyone else and cross journeys, cross paths. But what is your purpose is? And if it is music, and the medium music to communicate, it is a medium of communication at a very high frequency, very high vibration. And if it is that, go for it. Focus, because there's so many distractions for the youth right now. So many distractions, TikTok and the internet and Netflix, and it's just so much noise. But I say, you recognize that at a very early age, focus, and make it be your passion. It's not about being signed. It's not about being in an industry. It's about aligning with that passion, aligning with that truth within you. And if it is music, do everything. Just follow that. We all are given a certain amount of time on this planet, and the earlier you can align with why you were sent here, go for it. Hard, uncompromising. Learn everything there is to know about it. Everything. If you don't put yourself in a box. Oh, I'm just a blues singer. Learn all genres of music, all types of music. Learn about it. Play several instruments. And but the main thing is to definitely connect with your truth, your purpose. And once you do that, you just flow, just continue flowing. So that's really my advice. I hate the word advice, but that's my share in terms of that.
Thank you so much. So we have, I think, 2 questions we've received from our audience. I'll just start by reading a question. Question by Prapti Singh. I was wondering if the judges would like to give us some advice on songwriting and how can one make the lyrics relate to one as singer and one's message, but also be able to act as a source of relatability for the listeners out there. Thank you so much. Anyone, Mr. Tim or Nadia, anyone can answer the question if you have anything to say.
Oh, well, okay. Well, in terms of songwriting, it's about trusting the process. You know, about what comes to you and through you. For me, don't censor yourself. Just it's a free expression that you are allowing to flow through you, right? Sometimes people's what's hot, what's in. Should I say this? Should I not say this? You know, what's the sound now? This is the style now. All of those things have nothing to do with what has come through you. You know.
Yeah, I totally agree, Nadia. It's just like we are conduits, you know, and once you align with your purpose. I've only written songs under inspiration. Like I don't write. I could write songs if I wanted to, but that would be work for me. If I wanted to do that, that's a job, right? But I've always, if I'm compelled, if I allow myself to be compelled to write a song, then it comes through me and it just happens. It's just like I write, every singer-songwriter's process is different. For me, it's sometimes I write the first line first and then I find the music. Sometimes I get the first bit of a melody first and then I go with that and I start from there and it just becomes gore. And sometimes it takes years later before the song is complete. Sometimes I finish it in half an hour.
Yes, I agree. I agree with you because time is the friend, right, of songwriters.
Yes. Right.
It's the friend. You don't say, today I'm going to sit there and write a song. No, it just, the inspiration comes through. And you will start that, like I said, like Breathe or like Armchair Revolution, that was written then. I would finish it tomorrow. It's never finished. Very few times I would finish one complete song. I don't know about you, Tim, in one sitting. Very rare that happens, you know. Yes,
that only happened with one song. Time. One song.
Okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Only one song. Yeah.
Keep a little notebook.
But sometimes other songs, it's been more than a decade before I finally settle on the final version.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So that's And if I answered it, or did we answer that question?
I think I don't know. Is that, did we answer it, Saloni?
Saloni, you're not audible. Saloni? Saloni? Saloni?
Yes, sir?
Yes, please speak. You are not audible.
Am I audible now?
Yes.
Let's go. Spun and turning, virtual, happening, things like that. So, guys, please bear with us. Yes. So I was about to tell you the question asked by one of our faculty members. A question for Tim: how much Jonathan Larson's Rent inspire your musical journey?
I did see Rent in the 90s. Soon after I came back to Vancouver from Germany, and a longtime friend of mine said, you should see Rent. And, at that time, it's like, I was new to the HIV world and it's like, what's this about? And, and I saw it and I didn't like it because I thought I was being stereotyped. For me, as a heterosexual person, going into the HIV world, often you get, in the West at least, you get where most of the people who have HIV are LGBTQ. I felt out of place. It was very new for me. Yeah, so I didn't like musicals, and like the musical format. Like I find, being from the classical music high art tradition, I didn't find them that appealing. But even though 8 years later, 8 or 9 years later, I would actually do a musical on stage that was kind of similar. So I guess it did inspire me in some sense, but at the time it was just like I felt uncomfortable with it. But yeah, that's another rock opera.
All right. Thank you so much. I hope that answered your question. Okay. So without any further ado, let's just get the show started. And we're going to have the very first performance of the evening by Miss Nadia Hai. The stage is all yours, Miss Nadia Hai. Are you ready? Do you need like some minutes to set up?
I am. Yeah, I think I'm ready. I am ready.
Perfect. Anytime you can start.
Okay.
And guys, let's just give them all the love in the chat box. If you're liking the music, move, give them smiles, just get into the groove. Thank you.
Yeah, this is my actual first virtual performance, and it's fun. It's fun to be in your own space and sharing with people all the way on the other side of the world and different time zones. It's actually kind of cool. I'm gonna play Arms Revolution first, since I'm fresh from speaking about it. As I said, this was written. Are you hearing? How's the sound? This was written. I was in the Bronx, and Eric Garner was murdered by police. It was, we saw it live, and this is what we're seeing now. People being murdered, it's filmed. People are filming murders. It's crazy. Cause we're sleeping. Sleeping, yeah. Sleeping. Alarm clock goes off, but I'm just not ready to wake up. Take a little toast, more libation, time to shake up. Walking around out here can be scary. Just stop. Woman gets tased to the ground as the building's staying around. Bills and dues to pay and take a train to be on my way. Well, it's just living. Revolution on Facebook, you're pretending. My control post on never ending. Wake up or roll over, just keep sleeping. Grab a bite of lunch, need a break from this plantation. Let the beast a piece of my soul. Now escape from a dead end situation. But cameras everywhere, this is creeping. Just stop, video dues to pay and take a train and be on my way. Well, it's this living. Am I being real or just pretending? My fears and doubts are there and ended. Wake up or over, just sleeping. So I'll take a long walk home without a train, but everyone's alone. Wake me up from this twilight zone so I can be free. Am I being real or just pretending? My fears and doubts are there and ended. Wake up or over, just sleep time, sleep time, sleep time. Oh, God, we sleep time, sleep time. Oh, God, we sleep time.
Beautiful.
Yeah, that's Armchair Revolution, and it makes me emotional because this is still happening. It's happening almost every day. There's so many victims that we don't even hear about. I follow it, so I know. And these so that's dedicated to the victims of police brutality and police terrorism. So yes. So should I continue on with the next song?
Yes, absolutely.
I do a few covers, but this is one of my favorite covers that I love doing because I love this song so much. You may know this song, and feel free to sing along. This is What If God Were One of Us by Joan Osborne. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, yeah. God had a name. What would it be, and would you call it to his face? You were faced with him in a muddy floor. What did you ask if you just had one question? One question. Yeah, yeah. God is good. Yeah, yeah. God is great. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. What if God was one of us? Just a star like one of us. Just a stranger among the us, trying to make his way back home. If God has a face, what would it look like? How would you want to see? that you would have to believe that things like heaven and with Jesus and the saints and all of the prophets. Yeah, God is great. Yeah, God is good. Yeah. What if God was one of us? Just a small like one of us. Just a stranger on the bus, trying to make his way back home. He's trying to make his way back home. Back up to heaven all alone. Nobody's calling on the phone. He's trying to make his way back home. Yeah. God is good. Yeah. God is great. Yeah. What if God was one of us? Just a star like one of us. Just a stranger on the bus, trying to make his way back home. Back home. Nobody's calling on the phone, except maybe for the broken road. He's trying to make his way back home, back up to heaven all alone. Yeah. Thank you. So I'm going to do a final song. And this song right now I'm currently recording. It's called Breathe. And Breathe was written many years ago, before I had my children. And we talk about the songwriting process. Again, I sit, pick up the guitar, and it's a kind of form of relaxation. And I heard this hook, because songs start with a hook. And those of you who write as musicians, starts with a hook. So I heard this. The hook is the entry point to the song. It opens a portal to the message. Breathe. Life starts with a breath. Breathe. That's why we breathe. We must breathe. breathe well. I got to the end and then I looked out ahead. I wanted to pull away from my feet until I breathe. Breathe deeply and feel me. That's why we breathe. Breathe deeply and feel me. I was lost, so lost, lost in a world of blind illusion, falling out of love with myself, started the confusion. In my heart, what was the code to unlock the whole spell? I spread my wings, inhale, exhale, and breathe. Breathe deeply and breathe. That's why we breathe. Breathe deeply and breathe. Breathe. Now I will tear myself away from the vampires, yeah. They suck our breath away and when panic sneaking like a thief in the night. Inhale, exhale, and breathe. Have you ever got lost deep in the sun's light and moonlight? Completely well, I opened my eyes there, peace I tried to find, but somehow my mind won't let me until I breathe. Breathe deeply and heal me. That's why we breathe. Breathe deeply and heal me. Breathe, breathe. Travel through darkness, I am the light. Familiar voices, yeah, they lay the path of light. Panic sneaks in like a thief in the night. Inhale, exhale, and breathe. That's why we breathe. That's why we breathe. Yeah. That's why we breathe. That's why we breathe. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you so much. That was Breathe. Yes, thank you. I hope you enjoyed the songs. I hope you enjoyed this song, Breathe. It will be released, before the end of the year. So, look out for that in the video. And yes, I really hope I touched you. I communicated something to you, and that you were inspired. That's all we as artists are here to do. So namaste, and thank you for being an audience. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Miss Nadia. It's absolutely our utmost pleasure. I mean, so for those of the faculty members and the students who have been there on this event since 10 a.m. in the morning, after listening to your performance, they're all going to be so dizzy and they're going to be so relaxed. I'm pretty sure their eyes are going to they're so relaxed state, and they must be in a relaxed state. Thank you so much. Thank you. Okay. So and please have a look at the comment section. Everyone is appreciating you so much. Just have a look at it. Okay, so moving further. Next, we have Mr. Justin and Antoine's performance video. Since he's not here with us today at the live video, Naman, I would request you to please share his video.
Hello, everyone. My name is Justin Antoine, and I am part of a Southern Time band in Canada. However, I'm not in Canada right now. I'm actually currently in Kenya. And I'm actually here working as a HIV outreach worker. So I do HIV testing with an organization called LVCT. As well, I do condom and lube distribution and clinic referrals on Grindr in the gay community here. So yeah, that's what I've been doing. Also, I've also been here doing photojournalism. I'm covering a lot of stories about HIV and mental health here in Kenya, especially in Kibera, but also working with some photographers from Kibera slum to get their stories published and to talk about the situation about HIV here in Kenya. So I'm really excited to be here talking to you all, and I just want to say thank you to Vive Canada Institute of Professional Studies, banned in 2020. And yeah, that's basically it. And I live with HIV myself, and so for me it's really important to be able to break a lot of stigma by being open about my status, and also just encouraging other people to not be afraid to be who they are as people living with HIV. And yeah, so without much further ado, I'm going to sing a couple songs. So the first song I'm going to sing for you is called Bridge Over Troubled Water. Just a very inspirational tune.
The voice went off.
And I hope you enjoy it. So here it goes.
Can you please check?
When you're weary.
Naman?
Hello?
Yes.
Is there any problem?
Yeah, the voice just went off.
Oh, really very sorry. Wait a second.
It's okay, no worries. You can just play it from there only.
Okay.
So here it goes.
Is it fine now?
When you're weary, feeling small, when tears are in your eyes, I will dry them all. I'm on your side. Oh, when times get rough, and friends just can't be found like a bridge over troubled water. I will lay me down like a bridge over troubled water. I will lay me down when you're down and out, when you're on the street, when evening falls so hard, I will comfort you. I'll take your part. Oh, when darkness comes and pain is all around, like a bridge over troubled water, I will lay me down like a bridge over troubled water. I will lay me down. Sail on, silver girl, sail on by. Your time has come to shine. Oh, your dreams are on their way. See how they shine. Oh, well, if you ever need a friend, I'm sailing right behind like a bridge over troubled water. I will ease your mind like a bridge over troubled water. I will ease your mind. I'll ease your mind. Okay, so that's one song. I've just sung for you, Bridge Over Troubled Waters. And trying to think what else I can sing for you. I think I will sing, another really favorite song of mine that's really inspirational, that keeps me comforted in any times of trouble is Look to You by Whitney Houston. So I'm going to sing that song for you too. Here we go. As I lay me down, heaven hear me now. I'm lost without a cause, after giving it my all. Winter storms have come, and I can't find sun. After all that I've been through, who on else can I turn to? I look to you. I look to you. And when all my strength is gone, in you I can be strong. I look to you. I look to you. And when melodies are gone, and you I hear a song, I look to you. Bound to lose my breath. There's no more fighting left. Sinking to rise no more. Searching for that open door. And every road that I've taken, yeah, leads to my regret. And I don't know if I'm gonna make it. Nothing to do but lift my head. I look to you. I look to you. And when all my strength is gone, in you I can be strong. I look to you. Oh, I look to you. And when melodies are gone, and you I hear a song, I look to you. I look to you. I look to you. Thank you. So, thank you for listening to our performance, and hopefully you hear from me again. Thank you so much. Bye.
Yes, I wish we could all look at you live, but this is what we had from Justin, and I'm surely going to deliver all the love that you guys are showing on the chat box to him personally. Thank you so much. So now the final performance of the evening is going to be shown by Mr. Timothy Pash. So let's move ahead with that, please.
So the first song I'm going to sing for you is called Searching for Love. I wrote it in 2004 after yet another girl broke my heart. She was not positive, she didn't have HIV. And though the relationship was very brief, only a couple months, she really, it was yet another stab in my heart. Because I thought I'd never be with a woman, right? And so this lady, I just fell for her so hard. And so I had learned that year that my music and story could be best be told in rock opera form. So I thought I should have a musical sounding song. So this is what came from that. It's the interplay between Dreamer and the voices in his head, the negative voices in his head. They're the chorus that speaks to him starting in the third verse. But the first two verses are Dreamer singing. So Yeah, enjoy.
Searching for love, found on knees forever to seek and knocked at your door. Lips find peace forever forlorn. You must have, but you won't give what I need, so I'm at loss. So my soul can love the gospel of what I wanna get. Bob Colors home for the sorrow and death. I try my best, but I never seem to pass that test. So lonesome. Dreamer, dead dreamer. My screamers, though the believer still a dreamer. It's the them that you blame for your going insane. It meant that you're wrong, it's hard to be strong. You destroy yourself, others blame on someone else. For the pain that you feel never feel real. Bring punch to desires, be a bad liar. Renounce the world can only cry. Sorry, man, you're just too late. Maybe another time we'll have to see. My dead dreamer, you're such a dreamer. What really is your point? Did we really disappoint you? You should know that you can see that you are already free. You just strive, you're only a set life. You're just waiting free. You only have to believe. You're free as we all are. Pestilential nonsense. You could prove to be one of death's dance songs. Life can be great. Just hold on, it's never too This next song I wrote when I was turning 30. Just 5 days before I turned 30, I wrote the song. It was 3
almost 4 months, I guess, after the first production of Southern Time as a stage production in Vancouver, BC in 2005, December 4th to 10th, it ran at a theater. And yeah, it was, I felt like I came into my own. I was starting to first ray of hope, I guess, that I had since being HIV positive was like, I surprised myself. I produced Southern Time Productions the first Southern Time stage production in 6 months without ever having acted, produced, or sang lead in a band before. And so it was like incredible 6 months roller coaster. But I did it, and the last night of the show was successful. The previous nights were just practice. But I was super in debt. It ended up bankrupting me, but I felt like, hey, if I can do this, I can do anything, and it gave me hope to keep going on. It's all about time. Time heals all wounds. Whether you want to put to, we are time. What is time? Thank you.
was quite a performance, I must say. So that you can have, if you don't trust me, just have a look at the chat box, and that will do for me. Just have a look at the chat box, Mr. Tim.
All right.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And so I think we're done with all of the music performances now. And I don't know, at the very first time when, we had this idea of planning an online music concert, we were pretty clueless. And not just us, for that matter, even Mr. Tim and even Miss Nadia. They're like, Saloni, how are you planning to do it? I mean, it's very new. And like every person was skeptical about the do's and don'ts. But I think we somehow pulled it off. If we did, you can give me a thumbs up.
Awesome job, Saloni.
Thank you. Thank you so much. So I'll just conclude the program by introducing all of our collaborators for this event. I'll start with the Bhav Dance Company. Naman, you can just quickly play the promo video for the company and I'll introduce it afterwards.
Come on, shake your body, baby, do that conga, conga, conga. Come on, shake your body, baby, do that.
Thank you. So I'll just start by introducing Bhav Dance Company is a Delhi-based professional dance academy that provides a space for budding dance enthusiasts, specialized in various dance forms like jazz, contemporary, hip-hop, dancehall, backing, salsa, etc. Its instructors are seasoned industry veterans. They are trained by national and international faculty. They have been conducting a number of stage and studio performances, a plethora of workshops, and they are in touch with a lot of NGOs, schools, colleges, and event management companies. They've collaborated with brands like Red Bull, Tropicana. So if any of you guys want to have a professional dance training, you can hit them up and you can just check out their social media handles. Okay, so next we have Build a Bubble India. Build a Bubble India is a soapery catering to your bathing and your gifting needs. It deals in handmade and herbal bathing essentials such as soap, bathing salts, and body scrubs. Have a look at some of their amazing products, everyone, by Build a Bubble. They promise a supple skin that protects you from the harsh chemicals. They have amazing set of soaps that contain goat milk, glycerin, shea butter that look after your requirements of a healthy body. Their kids collection is ideal for the needs for the little ones. So, Mr. Tim, if you need any help, you can just let me know.
All right. Thank you.
Speaking of gifts, they have a very good range of gift sets ranging to serve your gifting needs. The soapery has also been featured by the Hindustan Times and they've received widespread appreciation. So if you want any of their products, you can reach them out their Instagram page, Build a Bubble India. Thank you. Next collaborator of our event is the Education Tree. The Education Tree is India's biggest community. The sapling of Education Tree was sown to break the stereotypes associated with education by broadening its horizons. Ideally, education should transcend the boundaries of academics to truly and holistically develop an individual. It should also nurture awareness and social responsiveness. It aims to achieve the wholesome of the community, and they act as a bridge between corporates and students and provides an opportunity to students all over the India to work with the best and the biggest of the brands like Reebok, PepsiCo, Uber, Oyo Rooms, Nissan, and Sweet. Next, we have the most important collaborator of this event. You just got to experience them live, Team Antaraksha, the Music Society of Vivekananda Institute of Professional Studies. It's been an absolute pleasure on finding such exemplary set of artists within our own institution. Your music definitely spoke for you today. It's an honor. Thank you for helping our voices reach the international waters today. Last but not the least, we have Stay Legato. It's a music page on Instagram. People who are more just listening to music and they believe into going deep into the meaning. They can just have a look at their amazing posts. Their Instagram page is just meant for you. Go check it out right now. So this is just for the collaborators. Now I would really like to thank the most important people behind this entire event. I will start by thanking our guests for making our time, getting up early, 8 a.m. in the morning, getting all ready for a music performance. I think that is the most important aspect of having an international event. So thank you so much, Mr. Timothy and Miss Nadia, for making this happen. We are
Our pleasure. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Yes, thank you. Thank you for having us.
Thank you. Next, we have Dr. Siddharth Mishra, sir. So, like I explained you guys in the very beginning, this event Chandan 2020 has been happening with his constant motivation. Thank you so much, sir, for at least believing in us, at least, getting that ray of hope that, guys, you can do it. You can do it. And this is the end result in front of you. This is happening. Spandan 2, day 2, final event, and we have one more day to go, and it's happening at an amazing speed. Thank you so much, sir. We're really proud to be associated with you and under your leadership. Next, we have...
Saloni, you said that, Tim and Nadia were clueless about how to go about it. Unfortunately, they were not in WIPs. If they would have been in WIPs in the auditorium, they would have known from day one how we are going to go about it,
Absolutely. Now we know that we've done it this year. Now the online event, it's going to be like this. Yes. Next, we have the ma'am Charulata Singh, ma'am. And like I told you, she's been there with us, providing her constant support in every little thing that we're doing. Thank you, ma'am, for providing that. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And coming on to the main faculty, the lineup of faculty involved in this event. I'll start by mentioning Mr. Anurag Gupta, sir, the faculty coordinator for Talks and Tunes, Spandan 2020. So I'll just start by telling you guys that the very first day when it was in event management class, we were discussing MOUs, we were discussing random, the EV, what does it mean, the letters, and then came this topic of Spandan, and I was introducing this entire concept to him. He was very excited, guys. He was so happy and excited that immediately he said, Saloni, this is going to be happening. And he was so supportive of that. And 1 month of continuous, hard work, he's been there with us, and we're not the only ones who have been, staying up late till 12 a.m. He's also one of them. Along with us, he's not the only person behind this. We have another set of panelists, another set of faculty, Praveen sir, Manoj sir, Sunil sir, Ramesh sir, all smiles. They have been there. Beta ho jayega, beta tension mat lo, beta aap kar lo, musical hai, kuch bhi hai, problem aa rahi hai, but ho gaya sab kuch. So I'm pretty glad about that. I'm very happy about that. I hope everyone out there is. I know it's a tiring day for every one of you. I hope you were having your drinks or some little food while you were watching them perform live. So let's just give the show a conclusion with Dr. Charulata ma'am's feedback and Siddharth sir's feedback on the same.
I think it was wonderful, and listening to the great music, and I think this is the power of music and power of internet. That we have broken all the barriers of geography and language, and connecting with all, and it is great connecting with the Southern Times Band, and I think we really enjoyed the evening, but more than that, I'm happy that we, connected with each other for a cause of HIV, and for creating awareness. And I think we have shared, and we have been successful in, creating that awareness to many of our students, and we will continue with that. And thank you so much. It has been so inspiring and very nice. Thank you.
Thank you, Shara.
Saloni, your job is half done. Next, you got to get them over to India and play in our auditorium. Sponsors, we will find. They should not be.
Nothing I'd like more.
Yeah.
And then I sent you to see the Taj Mahal also.
Yeah, we would love to have you in our campus.
Hopefully, beginning of 2022.
So before we end our concert, I would request every panelist to switch on their camera, and it's the time for the selfie. Yeah, everything. Yeah, सब अपने आप को ठीक कर लो. Everyone just fix yourself. If you are tired and everything, just let's go.
And I think I forgot one thing. So
yeah,
it's good that I'll be able to see all the faces when I am talking about.
Very good.
So, sir, faculty, guests, everything, we've acknowledged every person behind this event. But honestly, sir, ma'am, everyone, to be honest, the people who have legit made this event happen, they're just right in front of you. The tech guy who is the multitasker of Spandan 2020. He has been there with the positive motivations. He has been there with every single team with such a great smile and enthusiasm. Naman is sir, presenting you all our tech guy.
That's me. Oh, hi everyone. Hi. Thank you so much, Saloni.
Presenting Naman. Next we have Vatsika and Suresh, our designing and our video editing team. They've been doing such a good job. Mr. Timothy knows that they've been constantly editing, re-editing stuff. They're working on the designs. They're just being so patient with every one of us. Thank you, guys. Then we have Dhruv Sethi, and Dhruv Sethi is the PR person for this event, bringing us amazing collaborators and publicizing it. And then we have Ayush and Ashwini working it out with all the other people, spreading about the event to others, and just going it out. So there's the entire team. Yes, there's the entire team, and then there's Utkarsh handling the most essential thing, Zoom and everything. So there's a contribution of every single person, and I'm very thankful for that. But let's just take the picture now.
Saloni, just a minute. This is happening today because we are part of WIPS, and WIPS is vision of our chairman, Dr. S.C. Vats, and his two sons, his family. And look at it, we are thought to be a conservative college, but we are having this today. There has to be a reason for doing whatever you are. You have to justify yourself what you're doing. And we have done it today. So, and the sanction is there for them, and I must tell you, they are not, they are entering and going out of every event of Spandan. They have been making their business. They may not be here as chief guests and speakers and this and that, but they have been there. And in fact, today afternoon also, when I went to college, he took a feedback and he's asked, what is the Southern Band? And he said, send me the YouTube link so that I can see them, So actually, the gratitude is to them for having visualized a campus like this and given us the platform, created the platform, and having connected a academically inadequate person like me with you guys. Thank you. So now time for the selfie.
Yes, thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much. Everyone ready?
Yeah.
Yeah, perfect. So everyone pose. I'll click the screenshot. Yes, very good. Great. And the second page also this time. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much. It's been a great evening. Thank you, Tim sir. Thank you, Nadia ma'am. Thank you, every faculty over here, Siddharth sir, Charu ma'am. It wouldn't have been possible without you guys. And we have our final day tomorrow. So I'm damn excited, and I'll see you tomorrow, guys.